Hey Blockheads, this is DJ AK the Amanda Knight, and I'm here to let you know that my so-called whatever podcast and No More Games Radio have joined forces. Listen to No More Games Radio on Sundays at 2 p.m. for your favorite episodes of my so-called whatever podcast, and maybe a live episode? Who knows? Tune in to my so-called whatever podcast for upcoming No More Games radio features and exclusive stories from our staff and DJs. And as always, follow us on social media at No More Games Radio and at my so-called whatever. Hang tough!
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom! And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, here we are in that phase again. That old funeral music.
What?
Is he going to heaven or is he going to hell?
What are you talking about?
It's Slick Rick.
Oh my God. I'm keeping that in. This week has been already very interesting. It's only Wednesday, and there's been lots of stuff that's gone on. I ordered off Mercari. I got 20 magazines delivered to me today. So I have new content. They're all Teen Beats, 16s, Tutti Fruttis. This guy gave me a good deal because he had them all listed and he did a bundle for me. I got a good deal. And right now I'm currently looking at the 1987 Prom Pizzazz issue of Teen.
I love it.
It's so cool. And the prom dresses are so cool. I can't wait to make a TikTok. So
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. We should say real quick, Brooke is on new internet. And so she might go in and out a little bit. So just bear with us.
This is our test run of the new internet. And I mean, I'm going to have it for a little while. So I don't know how it's going to be. I may have to move my location for recording is what I may have to do.
Or you'll have to come to the new office.
Well, there's that too.
Yes. But it's so much easier just to do it. And
this is so wildly convenient. It's not even funny how convenient this is.
Right. And the sound quality, I don't feel like we're losing anything. So except right now with the internet going in and out,
and especially since it's cold and winter and I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to stay here in my warm basement.
So I have kind of a spooky story to tell. I know this is a block party episode, but I have a real quick spooky story to tell.
Even though it's not Halloween.
I'm going to tell it because you guys know I like a good scary story. It's not scary. It's spooky. So I was watching this thing on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Surviving Death or something along those lines. And it's all about what happens when you die and if you can communicate with people. Ever since I talked with John and John came on the podcast, I feel like so many questions got answered and I feel like a different person. I feel like I can actually
awesome.
Talk to people and they can hear me. And so there was this one episode that talked about signs, and it said that you have to be very specific what you want them to do, but you also have to be kind of open to interpretation. So I was like you can't say like, if I like, you know how people say I find dimes all the time, you know?
Yep.
And that might work. That might be them. For me, that's not specific enough for me. So
yeah,
I wasn't very specific at first. Excuse me. At first, but I said, okay, Graham, if you're listening to me and you're here, turn the lights off. Like I'll know that they're on, and I want you to turn the lights off. And I said that like numerous times, and I was looking at lights like inside. And so I was focused on that, and I didn't see any lights turning on and off. And then one night we pulled in, and I said, Kevin, the porch lights are on, which we have these like little LED bulbs they're like Edison bulbs that go all around the porch, and you can change colors, like all of that. And they were on, and they were all white. All of the lights were white. Usually when we would turn them on, they wouldn't be white. They would be like purple or something, but
color.
That's neither here nor there, you know? So I was like, that's so weird. But we had the remote in a drawer. So I thought, well, maybe somebody was like rummaging through the drawer and they accidentally bumped it and it turned the lights on. So I said, I'm going to turn them off. So I turned them off. And then like we drove in again, and I was like, didn't I turn those lights off? They're on again. And like we just kind of let it pass, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But then I made sure they were off. So I told Kevin the lights are off. I had him come and look and turn them off. And we pull in and they're on. And he's like, I saw you turn those off. I know. And nobody's getting the remotes, because the remotes are in a place that nobody would go and touch. Like,
it's not like someone's accidentally hitting it, or like
there's
a dog
nothing in
is
that
stepping
drawer.
on it.
There's nothing in that drawer now of any substance that anybody would want to rummage through it.
Right.
The lights were on again. So last night I was like, thank you. I think that's you, but I don't know for sure. So I'm going to turn the lights off, and I want you to turn them back on. Well, I turned the lights off, and this was like 8:00, and then they turned right back on. Like within, what was it? Like an hour or something?
Yeah.
They turned back on.
It was close.
And the reason why we know this is I'm watching the video, because I have video that's actually the camera's pointed at the porch. So nobody's turning them on. And when they turn on, not all of them are turning on. Just like random strings of them are turning on. Sometimes they'll be a different color. They'll be like all white, and then like one red or one purple, one blue, or whatever. So it changes. And it changes.
That's crazy.
And so what I do is I turn them all off. I turn them on. Then I see all of them are on. So there's nothing wrong with the string that doesn't turn on. It definitely turns on.
Right.
So anyway, it's happened again tonight. And we ended up looking at the footage, and they're turning on and off at random times throughout the night. And it's very strange. So I don't know what to think. I feel like it probably is him, which is really cool. But in another way, it's like kind of crazy that it like,
yeah,
you spend years and years just like wondering, okay, can they hear me? And then, yeah. So John has opened up these horizons. If you haven't heard that podcast episode, go back. He was a psychic. He came on. I helped him with this podcast for a little bit. Now he's on his own. He's doing a great job. Yeah.
So it was a really cool episode. You guys should go listen.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened already.
So that's that.
That was our first My So-Called Whatever episode, and only to date.
Right. We should do another one.
What should we do it on?
I don't know. Maybe
if you guys have any suggestions,
maybe we should get suggestions.
Totally. I would love that.
Give us suggestions. Tweet them to us. Email them to us. Give us some suggestions for a My So-Called Whatever episode.
Like, what do you want to listen to us talk about? We can talk about anything.
Pretty much.
I mean, really
Really?
anything.
You want to know something about Brooke? Ask her. She might answer it. She might not, but she might.
I might be like, that is TMI. But maybe I won't. And
maybe you won't.
But honestly, like, I think that'd be fun to do another episode like that. That was fun. I liked that.
I did too.
So, should we?
Well, there was some housekeeping.
Oh, John.
Yes. John, and yes.
John's show.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Farmhouse Fixer is on tonight because we're recording on Wednesday, so it's live tonight. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited.
I know.
I don't have live TV, awesome. But I have, like, as soon as it airs, it's available for me to watch. So I'll watch it. I'm excited.
I will watch it. I'm really excited. I have live TV, but if I can't catch it live because I'm trying to get somebody into bed or whatever it might be, I will definitely watch it when I can catch up with it after.
So we'll have to discuss next week. Even though
I feel like it's been a long time coming, this show. Yeah. Like, we have been waiting for this show since Cruise 2018.
Yes, Cruise X.
And here we are, 2021. And it's March, and we're so excited to see it. And I would love to have John come on and talk about it. Just putting that out there in the universe.
Oh my God. Even if it's just like 15 minutes. Like, it'd be amazing.
Talk to us for a little bit about his show and all that good stuff.
And how he loves Maine, and we'll talk about Maine. And
Right. If you find somebody out there on social media that you think might be a good guest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe like AJ.
Yeah. Or Chad Allen.
Chad Allen. Absolutely.
I'm still on the Chad Allen.
On social media.
I'm still on the Chad Allen kick. I would love to have him on. I would absolutely. He'd be a dream.
That'd be amazing if he were to come on.
Yes. Oh my God. I would gush.
David Faustino. Today is his birthday.
Oh my God. Happy birthday, David Faustino. Brooke, you should tell them what I got you for your birthday.
So I went over to Nikki's house this weekend to do our planning. We do like a monthly planning meeting for the podcast for the upcoming month. And because my birthday is this month, Nikki gave me my birthday present because we don't really see each other that much in person.
And I might not see her till the end of the month. So
so she got me a Bud Bundy little Funko Pop figure. And it is so cute. And it has a mullet.
He does have a mullet.
And he's wearing that sweater. You know the sweater, the gray one with like the red and the blue zigzags. And it's amazing. And I love it so much. I was so surprised. And I actually took it out of its box.
I have to thank one of you guys in the Facebook group, because you were the ones that said there was a David Faustino pop figure. And I apologize. I don't remember which one of you it was. But as soon as you said that, I went and looked for it. And I friggin' found it. I actually ordered one for me too.
I love it. It's so fun and so cute. So thank you very much, Nikki. And
You're welcome.
You to whoever brought it to her attention.
Yes, thank you guys. So should we intro?
Yes, we should.
Let's do it.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki, and you haven't done that in a long time.
What?
Let's do it.
This is my so-called whatever.
Hey.
Welcome to the block party.
We leaving out nobody. No.
It's a block party, guys. So we got some new Kids on the Block stories to read.
Yay.
You know the drill.
Let's do it.
And if you don't, well then now you do.
Right.
If you don't know, now you know.
So you want to read the first one?
Yeah, I'll read the first one.
Okay.
This is Boston Girl's story. Sadly, I don't have a juicy NKOTB story or pictures for you guys yet, but I thought I'd send you in a story of my rediscovering NKOTB during the pandemic.
Yay!
Perfect. I love this. These are the stories,
you guys. These are the stories you can get.
You do not have to have this, amazing meet and greet, whatever backstage experience. You can send us this and we love it. This is perfect.
Exactly.
I first fell in love with NKOTB in 1988 when I was in the 6th grade. You Got It, The Right Stuff, was in heavy rotation on the music channels. NKOTB was featured prominently in my Bop, Tiger Beat, and Teen Beat magazines. My wall was covered in their posters. I had a Joe doll in his street clothes, and I'd watch the NKOTB cartoon every Saturday with my girlfriends. I even got to see them during their Hangin' Tough tour in 1989.
Woo!
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I threw a bouquet of flowers on stage at Joe, not fully thinking through the consequences. I was mortified when he tripped, but he blew me a kiss. Sorry, and thank you, Joe. Although I still considered myself a fan throughout high school in the early 90s, I got distracted with school, work, dating, sharp changes in fashion, and music. NKOTB made the transition to the 90s with Face the Music, but I wasn't ready to see them in these tougher adult roles with women hanging off them in the music videos. I get that. I get that.
I get that.
I'm a devoted lifelong music fan and loosely follow their individual careers, the individual careers of NKOTB members throughout the years. Each member was making fantastic contributions to music, acting, and culture. I will always be grateful for John sharing his journey living with anxiety, since I also struggle with it. When the band reunited in 2008, I bought the new CD and got concert tickets to the Indianapolis show. They were better than ever. However, I got busy again with work and stopped following them for several years. Nevertheless, I can credit NKOTB for introducing me to Boston. I always felt trapped living in Indiana and thought Boston would be a happier place for me. Great concerts, sports, history, nature, cute accents, world-renowned schools, museums, and food. I had the chance to move to Boston in 2012, and it was everything I imagined. Every time I would walk through Jamaica Plain, Dorchester, Boston Public Garden, TD Garden, or Wahlburgers, I hoped I would bump into one of the new kids. I already felt deeply connected and at home when I moved to Boston. I will always cherish the time I lived there. My husband got offered a job in Germany in 2016. Wow. So we decided to move again. Wow. That's quite the move.
Wow.
We both love to travel and already speak German.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we thought the move would be seamless. However, like the US, Germany is also dealing with a lot of turmoil and uncertainty these last few years. Rebuilding my career and social life in my 40s has been really difficult in a new culture in times like these. Many German people have the same friends since they were young kids, so don't have time for new friends. Many expats only stay in Germany for 2 years to complete work contracts, then move away. I've met a lot of interesting people in Germany, but never found a steady friend circle or meaningful work. My husband and I would love to move back to Boston, but the cost of living has dramatically rose in the last few years and making it out of our reach. Many of our friends have moved out of the Boston area as a result of the skyrocketing rents and layoffs. I was planning to return to the U.S. this year to visit, but that will likely have to wait until the pandemic is over. I've been listening to a lot of music and podcasts to help me relax lately. I found out about your podcast after one of the NKOTB live sessions on YouTube. The NKOTB live sessions helped with homesickness and rediscovering the band.
Wait. How did she find out about us after one of the NKOTB live sessions?
She may have just been like watching it or like looking on the internet and stuff.
Okay, I was like, did I miss something? Did somebody
did somebody say something about us?
Yeah, right.
I love their new music, Rock the Boat TV series, and how they connect with their fans. I think we all wanted NKOTB to be our boyfriends growing up, and I'm so happy they are still really nice and handsome men. Yes, I am very happy that they are nice and handsome men too, by the way. My husband likes to watch the New Kids on the Block live sessions with me too, because the guys seem so genuinely nice and funny.
Aww.
Each band member contributes something unique to the band. 2020 has really been a tough year for the world, and we all need a break from the stress. I've been living vicariously through your podcast. Hearing about all the fun concerts, cruises, and fan stories is really comforting during a time when travel and physical contact is restricted. Keep up the good work with the podcast, Boston Girl. And she has a PS. Thankfully, my husband supports my NKOTB fandom. One of the first things I said to him when we met 15 years ago was how much he looked like Joey McIntyre.
Oh.
He has curly hair, bright blue eyes, and comes from an Irish Catholic family.
Oh my gosh.
Needless to say, I was a Joe girl growing up, although I love all the members of the band and cannot pick a favorite. My husband even picked up some New Kids on the Block fashion and choreography tips while I was watching concert and cruise footage on YouTube during the lockdowns this year. Boston Girl, thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll be your friends. We'll be your friends. We'll be virtual friends, but still, we'll be your friends.
But that, I mean, we don't live in Germany, but yeah, virtual friends. Exactly.
Right.
And that is like such an awesome story.
It was so good.
Thank you so much for
sharing that.
Was
so good. And thank you for listening to the podcast too. We appreciate that.
I know. And P.S., you actually have had some pretty amazing experiences.
Yeah.
You've gone to some concerts.
Yeah.
Joey tripped over your flowers.
Yeah. And he blew you a kiss.
So, yes.
That's amazing.
Even better.
That's amazing.
So thank you. We appreciate
you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay. I've got another Steph story. Yeah.
Steph, coming back at you.
Steph, send us all your stories. Seriously.
Right. They're amazing.
I feel like people can't get enough because I can't get enough. So just can't get enough. Okay.
I love that song.
This is Steph's NKOTB 2011 story.
I love NKOTB.
What'd you say?
I said, I love NKOTB.
Me too. And I was very unsure about it at first. I will be honest.
Same. I was like, man, I don't know how I feel about this. But then, whoa.
I became a true blue Backstreet Boys fan. I consider myself a fan. I even joined the Nick Carter fan club. I got the t-shirt to prove it. So I be.
So there.
Ooh, this is another long, winding one. I'll add pics throughout the story so it's easier to visualize. Okay, you guys. So if you aren't driving or doing anything, you should go on our website and read along with us because the pictures are freaking amazing. Like, had me laughing with tears. So
amazing.
Okay. As you know, I am an NSYNC fan through and through. And although I do like many different boy bands spanning all generations, I am just not a BSB fan. I have friends that are BSB fans. I've met BSB through the years and I've seen them live, but only when they were playing a show with other artists I like. But that still has not made me into a fan. Do I hate them? Absolutely not. They just aren't my cup of tea. Let me rewind to the end of 2009. When Donnie was based in LA, he used to make trips up to the Bay Area, where the Celtics were in town to play the Warriors. And that year, we had a chance to meet up and chat with him for a bit. Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Oh my God. The most important part of that conversation was Donnie casually asked, so, you guys fans of any other boy bands? Insert my passionate cries for NSYNC here, while Lorena shared her love of BSB. Donnie mentioned touring and who we'd like to see them with. And within seconds, the hints started adding up to BSB. And then he mentioned that we would be seeing more of them. I vehemently denied that I would, in fact, be seeing them, unless I was forced to. Then right then and there, all the hints hit me. I exclaimed, "You're not touring with them, are you?" And he said, "I promise you will see BSB in the next year." And that was that. We didn't know when, we didn't know how, but we knew something was in the works. This is the night Donnie half spilled the beans. So there's a picture of her and Donnie.
I love it.
Very cute. It almost took another year for them to announce that tour, which they happened to officially announce in San Francisco. And then 6 months after the announcement, the NKOTB BSB tour began. Although I am not a BSB fan, there was no way I was going to miss any opportunity to see NKOTB. So we planned our road trip and waited for the tour to reach the West Coast. The official tour announcement was made with Ryan Seacrest, randomly from San Francisco. So of course we had to be there. That's amazing. Oh, Joe.
Oh my God, these pictures, you guys.
Oh, hello. Hello.
I thought you were going to say, have mercy.
Have mercy. Hello, handsome. I like his tie. I like everything about that picture. And then there's Jordan and John. This is also relevant, I promise. 2011 rolled around, and in March, the Vans Warped Tour announced its dates and lineup. See, not only do I love boy bands and pop music, but I love 2000s pop punk and emo music. I didn't attend Warped Tour every year, but when some of my favorite bands ended up being on the tour and hit my local shows, I was there. 2011 had two of my very favorite bands, so I was not missing it. But guess what? It landed on the same day as NKOTB in the Bay Area. I was in a pickle. I wonder who your other two favorite bands are. Oh, I think you're going to tell me. After 2008, I'd never missed NKOTB in the Bay, but I'd never missed Simple Plan in the Bay either. I'm an avid concert goer, and missing either of them was not an option. Warped Tour started early in the day and usually wrapped up by 9. However, if you are not familiar with Warped Tour, set times change every show and you never know the schedule until the day of the event. Once you are inside, so I had no clue what time Simple Plan would be playing. Even if Simple Plan was late in the evening, I knew I would still be able to make it from there to NKOTB and still catch most of the show, as the two events were only about 15 miles away from each other. Well, that's cool.
That's very cool.
July 2nd arrived, and my very long adventure was about to begin. My friend Jordan, ironic, right? And I got to Warped Tour by noon. FYI, I was wearing an NKOTB shirt, only to find out that Simple Plan was closing out the night at 8 p.m. Go figure, right? Warped Tour is hot and sweaty and crowded, and I knew I had to be somewhere right after. So my anxieties were running high all day. We made the most of the day, saw a few bands, met my boys, Simple Plan. That's so cool. Watched another of my faves. Super
cool.
30H3? I don't know what it is.
It's 303.
Okay.
It's just 303.
I'm an idiot. And I'm an old person. 303, watched Simple Plan, and then I was off and running for the next 4 days. Okay. By the time I made it to New Kids, I'd missed 30 minutes of the show, which really wasn't bad considering. Not to mention, half of that time was BSB anyway, so I really didn't mind. And I knew I was still going to see the show a couple more times and would make up what I missed. P.S. I definitely changed into an NSYNC shirt on the way to the show. I got so many side eyes and whispers after the show, and I regret nothing. You shouldn't.
I love you.
I love you too. So, not only had I spent 9 hours outside in the 90-degree weather for a festival, then attended another show for 2 more hours, but then we immediately took off for the next stop, Las Vegas, on an 8-hour road trip. July 2nd, 2011, definitely went down as the craziest day in my concert-going history. Unlikely to be matched again. Full disclosure, this was my least favorite tour, and I don't remember a whole lot of the concert details. But I do remember one of my BSB friends, Alyssa, was selected as one of the girls BSB brought on stage in Las Vegas. So that was amazing to be there to watch her dream come true. And her attendance ultimately led to an interesting run-in with one Jordan Knight. And I think that's AJ, right? AJ is singing to her with the flower. She's so excited. Oh my gosh.
She really is. That is an awesome picture.
Yes. The morning after the Vegas show was the 4th of July, and we hadn't decided if we were going to stay in Vegas for the night or head straight to SoCal for the next show. We ultimately decided to stay in Vegas because, why not? It's Vegas, baby. Alyssa had left Vegas right after the show, and in all the excitement of her going on stage with BSB, she had left her camera case and memory card at the venue. But luckily, both were recovered and given to the hotel's lost and found. She reached out to me to see if I was still there and if I could pick them up. So of course, I went in and grabbed them. While we were waiting for the items, a dark-haired man with a giant Red Sox B on his track jacket passed by. My friend Carla and I looked at each other and immediately followed the B. We weren't sure if it was who we thought it was, so we cautiously said, "Jordan?" To which we got no response, except the dark-haired man running his hand through his hair, attempting to sneakily look over his shoulder to see who was behind him. It was Jordan Knight, all right. ignoring us. Honestly, if we had been sure it was him from the jump and exclaimed Jordan instead of questioned Jordan, he probably would have stopped or at least said hi to us. We took it very personally at the time, but now not as much. I still actually call him Jordan Dougie Knight because his trying to be a slick move looked like a piece of the Teach Me How to Dougie dance. It's Dougie, right? Okay. Ha ha ha, but the hard feelings have subsided. New kids had the day off, which gave us a rare day. We don't get many of those when they are on the West Coast. It's usually show. So we hung out in Vegas, drank too much, did questionable stuff, and ate weird crap. Sounds like my cup of tea. This was also the summer of planking, which my drunk ass did all over Las Vegas, including the dirty, nasty strip. Steph, I love you so much. We are like, you and I would have done this with you. I would have been all about it. Brooke knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
You and I would be doing it all over. But these pictures, you guys, they are pure gold. You have to go on the website. You have to look at these pictures. She planked everywhere. I was laughing so hard when I was looking at these pictures. I mean, when I say everywhere, really I mean everywhere. So she says, some random Australian dudes decided to join in. So they started planking with her at the Rainforest Cafe. And then she planked in front of SpongeBob and Patrick. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Go on the website. It's
hilarious. And look you need to go check it out.
The next day we crawled through horrific traffic on a 2-lane highway through thunder and lightning across the desert and made our way to Anaheim for the next show. I remember seeing Steve Fatone outside the venue and saying hi, and he asked me if I knew of anywhere good to eat in the area. Haha, sorry buddy, I wasn't much help. One of these days I will actually take a pic with that guy. But we did get pics with some of the guys we were there to see, mainly my boo, Joey McIntyre. I also got a pic with Danny, and I do recall John saying hi to everyone, but for some reason I don't have a picture with him from that show. And I know it sounds a little shady because I'm not even a fan, but I took pictures with AJ, Howie, and Brian too. And again, this was the summer of planking, so I even got a pic with AJ while I was planking. Definitely one of the more random celebrity pics in my collection.
I love it.
The picture of you and Joey is right on. Right on. I love that he's wearing his Ray-Bans. Oh my God. The aviators, they look amazing on him.
They really do look amazing on him. Like, they really do.
Gosh. The pictures of you and the guys are really cool. And I love that you're planking with AJ. For that show, I sat on the floor with my friends, then 15-year-old daughter, Tina, my niece, as I call her, who is a die-hard Joey girl, the same girl from some of my other stories. She had her classic, I'm 15, insert current age here, and in love with Joey McIntyre sign, and I have my simple Joey heart sign. She is one of the early baby blockheads, and her sign always got some attention, and I was always happy to share a fave with her. It's so cute. Like I mentioned before, this was my least favorite NKOTB tour, but it ended up being better than I imagined. And the time in between the 3 shows we attended was some of the most memorable I had experienced. There were so many other little things that we did between shows, most of which included planking in random places and accidentally meeting Leanne Rimes. So what? So I will add a few of those pics too. Haha, cause why not? That's friggin' amazing. That's Leanne Rimes.
That's random.
Oh my God.
That is so random.
Planking in Beverly Hills. Oh, look. It's the Fresh Prince's house. These are so funny. You guys need to go see them.
The Jonas family driveway.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera steps. The Cyrus family driveway.
Oh my God.
So cool.
That's amazing. These pictures, you guys, these pictures are gold.
Yeah. So go on our website, mysocalledwhatever.com, and look at the pictures because they're amazing.
They're awesome.
If you're listening to us on iTunes, there should be a link right there that will take you right to the website.
Yeah, these pictures are gold.
Yes. Steph, thanks again for sharing. What'd you say?
I said, thank you for being awesome.
Yeah.
Like, her stories are amazing. And she really paints the picture.
She really does. She really, really does. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you sending your stories to us. Thank you for entrusting us with your stories. And if any of you guys out there, after listening to these stories, are like, hey, maybe I'll send in a story. Do it. mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com. Send it.
That's right.
Just send it. Send it to us. Don't even think twice. And you can be anonymous if you want to. So if you want to write a story and be anonymous, that's fine. We won't
just be anonymous. We won't say who you are.
We won't say who you are. Like, we've had many anonymous stories.
Right. I mean, even make up a fake email address if you want, send it that way.
Right.
We really won't know who you are.
We really won't know.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So we would love to have them. And also any other stories that you have, 80s, 90s.
Right, 80s, 90s.
And any ideas you have for another My So-Called Whatever episode.
That's right. Yes. Oh,
so whatever you think that you want to hear us talk about. Yeah.
We're doing a Zoom this Friday, even though it will already been passed. But we're doing our Zoom again. and
we did a Zoom this past weekend.
Yeah, you missed it.
So come join our Facebook group.
Right.
And you can get a heads up on these things.
And also, I'm going to try to go, and I'm going to try to convince Brooke to go on Instagram Live more often, because it's a lot of fun and we get to talk about random stuff. So that's that.
I like random stuff as long as I have time to do it and I am not falling asleep.
Yes.
Because that would not be good. That would be embarrassing, actually.
So
that would be very embarrassing to fall asleep on Instagram Live.
Oh my gosh, that would be so embarrassing because I would be snoring.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd be drooling.
This is a really good picture of you, me, and Charlene. Can you see it?
I can. That was at the airport.
Yeah. It's a really good
That's
picture.
why I look exhausted.
You look exhausted. I look questionable.
Totally exhausted. Totally exhausted. 12 hours of sleep over the course of that whole cruise. That's what that looks like.
There's me in my fisherman outfit.
Fisherman.
I love what I've done is I have a Google Home, like a Google, what are they called? They're not portals, but they're like a Google thing with like a video screen. And we got a new one for our kitchen. So I took the old one and we had a shared folder with all our cruise pics. So I put it to randomly go through all those pictures, and it makes me happy and makes me sad at the same time because I miss all my friends and I really want to go on a cruise again real soon. So
see you real soon.
Yeah. See you.
Hopefully. I'd like to do Vegas.
Yes, we need to plan our trip.
We do. So
because that will get me to look forward to something. Even if we said, let's do it in December or let's do it in November.
Right. Exactly.
Or January.
It'll be something to look forward
next to. January, whatever. I don't want to wait that long.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
No, me either. So I guess that's it, right?
That's it.
Don't have anything else. Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate you. And we'll be loving you forever.
Brooke's taking my line. She's taking my line.
I've never said it before. Peace out, guys.
Peace out. Bye.
Bye.